Hello friends, I Deepak Trikha welcome you all to Antworks P2P webinar. Friends, today the agenda of discussion we have is opportunities and scope in P2P lending. And before that, I would like to thank you all for the huge support you have given us for the last video we have uploaded in Antworks YouTube channel on the P2P lending. Post that video, we have got many calls and many comments where people have asked many queries. So we thought of an idea of doing a webinar and we try to answer all your queries. So today I have with me Mr. Subhayu Ghosh, who is the co-founder of Antworks Money, who will be taking all your questions and we will try to answer it to the best of our abilities. So here I welcome Mr. Subhayu Ghosh. Subhayu, welcome to the webinar.
Thanks, Deepak. It's great to be on our channel, and I welcome our viewers.
Yeah, and I also wish you a happy new year. May the new year brings a lot of positivity.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you, Deepak, and Happy New Year to all our viewers.
Yeah. So fine. So let's start with the questions we have for you, Subhayu. So my first question is, and also it is for the viewers who would be seeing this program for the first time. So the first question is, in the simplest terms, what is P2P lending? As per you in the layman terms, what exactly is P2P lending?
Yeah, Deepak, P2P or peer-to-peer lending, that is the most basic form of financing. Before the advent of banks, people needing funds used to borrow from their friends, relatives. That is the most basic form. This is the simplest form of financing where a person needing money can borrow from someone having surplus funds. Also, someone having surplus funds can deploy the same for a tenor of his choice for getting good returns, handsome returns. Technology has allowed for the pool to be broadened beyond friends and relatives and create a marketplace where mutual requirements can be met, for the borrowers and the lenders. P2P platforms provide such a meeting ground for credible borrowers and also sound investors to, invest.
Okay. All right. So,
In a nutshell, that is what, P2P would be.
okay. All right. So my next question, which the viewer have asked, is how it is different and unique from other lending platform or institute like banks and BFCs. How it is different from the other commonly available investment platforms.
Yes. Now, this is, the main differentiating factor is that this is the direct lending. This is the direct lending which eliminates all the intermediaries. We keep our funds in banks as deposits. This is then lent by these institutions to the borrowers in the form of loans like housing loan, personal loan, business loan, or loans to corporates. Banks earn their margin by lending at a higher rate while accepting deposits at a lower rate. So that is the basic way that banks operate. In case of P2P lending format, lenders lend directly to the borrower. So we are eliminating the intermediaries and we are accordingly eliminating the intermediation costs involved. While yes, there is you pay for the services that you take, that's a minimal fee that you pay for the services, while this intermediation of banks or NBFCs are totally eliminated in case of a P2P lending. So that is where the main differentiating factor is.
Okay, so you mean to say you can be your own bank by eliminating the intermediaries, and you can get better returns by removing the intermediary.
Absolutely. That's our the slogan. That's our catchphrase. Is a be your
Right.
own bank.
Be your own bank. Right. That's fantastic. So, okay, fine. So now I come to my next question, which is in such type of platform, how the borrowers and the lenders are identified and sourced. If you can give, some clarity on that.
Yeah, I'd give you some detailed kind of because as you know, we want your viewers to be aware about how it operates, how it works. It's an open platform. P2P entities provide a digital marketplace for lenders and borrowers to come together. Any individual requiring funds can borrow for their personal or business requirements. A person or entity having surplus funds can deploy towards loans to these borrowers. I would elaborate a little further as to how it works. One can enroll as borrower or lender by visiting the online portal of Antworks as at antworksp2p.com and by following a simple process of registration. Antworks carries out KYC check, review of profile, review of credentials, credit bureau information verification, credit score, and then the profile of the borrower is listed on our portal. Lenders can select borrowers for extending loans according to their risk appetite, depending on the credit score, depending on our internal ratings. They can decide what type of borrowers they intend to fund. Now, the return expectation would accordingly, depend on the kind of borrowers they select. It is a transparent mechanism resulting in maximum benefits to both the parties, the borrowers as well as the lenders. They get their, whatever is the most competitive form of returns or form of rate of interest. Antworks is the facilitator in this process. We prepare after the loans are, tied up, we get into the documentation part, loan documentation, disbursement, timely collection of installment, and if need be, whatever the process will be followed for recovery as well, if whenever it is needed. So Antworks is the service provider which starts from bringing the two together to complete a collection of the funds. So that's how it operates. That's how people come together in our platform as our P2P platform.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I guess this is for the short term requirement. The tenure of the loan is, short term.
The requirement generally ranges from short term to medium term. The maximum tenure of loan can be up to 3 years, 36 months. But generally, people have till now been preferring shorter tenure. But we have a mix of, say, even 3 months to 1 year kind of loan profiles in our portals. Um, uh, Even longer term, up to 3 years is permitted.
Okay. So up to 3 years, one can repay. That's the maximum limit.
One can borrow, one can lend for individual loans up to 3 years. Yes.
Okay, all right. So now, because this is fairly a new, concept which has been brought to India. So, but how do you see, P2P lending bringing a paradigm shift in Indian financial sector? What's your take on that?
Yeah, the financial sector is the lifeblood of an economy. Financial sector ensures that surplus funds with the savers are channelized to the entities or persons requiring funds. So cost of intermediation, that is the spread between cost of borrowing on the one hand and return on investment on the other hand, is the important parameter for seamless flow of funds. High intermediation cost is an impediment to economic functioning and ensuring growth. So P2P is a mechanism whereby intermediation cost is eliminated, minimized, and the interest cost is determined through the most competitive mechanism. So that's why P2P really brings about kind of a paradigm, as you have said, paradigm kind of a shift in the entire. It has the potential, it has the potential to really usher into a new kind of a financial sector discipline. So that
Okay.
is where we feel that yes, the future is, where there would be more more informed lenders, more informed borrowers, and who come together and meet their mutual requirements.
Hmm. And since you have mentioned that it is on the digital platform, so there's a less of paperwork, and the time taken to disburse a loan is also minimal, which provide ease of financing to the borrower.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a digital medium that takes care of even the verification, even the KYC verification to civil check. Everything is done digitally through technology oriented our portal.
Sure. So then I'm sure that with the digitization as it is proceeding and progressing, there is a big opportunity for P2P lending. And
Absolutely.
okay, all right. Cool. So now I come to my next question, which is how it is different from other investment options available in the market. Because the investor has many options to evaluate. So how it is different and what edge it has over the other investment options.
Yeah, this is a very interesting, and I think people need to know the what way P2P is different from all other forms of deploying their funds, surplus funds. There are broadly two types of investments which we can say. There can be a fixed or variable return on investment. Examples are deposits, bonds, etc. Interest-bearing instruments are a fixed return instrument. P2P also falls in this category. On the other hand, investments in stock market and other market derived instruments like equity mutual funds, etc., can provide high returns in periods of market growth, while the returns can be negative as well in certain times. So you carry certain risks in those portfolio of investments. Among fixed return instruments, interest rates on bank deposits are quite low as of today's date. I think people are really feeling the pinch. Whoever have been saving their funds in bank fixed deposits, term deposits. But one can get gets capital protection to a large extent. Up to 5 lakhs, even smaller banks also you get protection from a credit guarantee institution of the central government. So to a large extent, the capital is protected, whereas in case of market-linked instruments, your returns can be negative as well. Here, the P2P investments provide a very unique kind of an opportunity to earn high returns by deploying in loans at fixed interest rates. So that is where P2P differentiates with other forms of investments. So that is where you get high returns. At the same time, these are all fixed return instruments. So that's quite unique and quite beneficial for an investor.
Hmm. What is the likely average rate of interest an investor can get by investing on this platform?
Investor can get up to 30% rate of interest on loans, individual loans, and risk adjusted, one can expect 15 to 18% return, on their investment, adjusted for, say, delinquencies, adjusted for, or even people looking at very high rated borrowers, high profile borrowers, profile in terms of credit profile, even those cases, people can expect 15 to 18% safely in these.
Okay. So 15 to 18% is quite a handsome return looking at the current
Absolutely,
volatile
absolutely.
market scenario. So I think
Sure,
this
sure.
is a good news for our viewers and investors that if you want steady returns up to 18%, then P2P lending is the right investment for you. Fine, great. So, cool. So now I come to my next question: that how do you see P2P lending, scenario or outcome of P2P financing in India in the next few years?
Yeah. As with other developed and developing countries, P2P would emerge as an important avenue for borrowing as well as deployment of surplus funds by savers. There is tremendous growth being observed in internet penetration, accelerated by the ever increased smartphone usage in our country. Digital route is the most cost effective in reach and delivery in financial services. So financial technology or fintech is presenting a whole new avenue for access to financial services by hitherto unbanked segment of the population. Given its potential in reducing intermediation and operational costs, P2P would emerge as a compelling product for investors and borrowers in times to come. However, any new financial product takes time for adoption. So we expect a gradual but steady growth for the sector in the days to come.
Okay. Right. So as you rightly said, that it is more beneficial for the community which is underbanked, right? So that we give credit to the last mile segment of the community. So okay, give some light on what all initiative Antworks P2P Finance has undertaken, to build up this business, and also how do you ensure the risk cover for your investor?
Yeah, right. We felt that it is important that we work towards increasing the penetration of financial services in the interiors of our country. That is somewhere we also need to concentrate. The objective is to ensure enhanced availability of loan funds in rural locations. Access to finance is an important ingredient towards afflicting the living standards and social improvement, empowerment as well. Towards this end, we have introduced a unique product in the form of community microfinance. A lender can select his product where his or her loan would reach the rural borrowers for meeting their requirements of fund towards income augmenting deployments by these borrowers. Now I'm coming to your second question, regarding how we ensure that the investors are not facing undue risks in this product. Towards this end, what we have done is that we have tied up with a reputed microfinance company and engaged them as our business correspondent for proper supervision, for training of the borrowers, review of funds deployment by the borrowers towards intended purposes. They would also work towards increasing financial literacy among these borrowers so that they use more digital medium for payments, for transactions. The responsibility would also include periodic visits to the borrowers and to ensure timely payment of the installments. So that is where the risk lies, to get back your funds with along with the returns. So that also they would ensure that they visit the borrowers, that they will explain to the borrowers the need for timely payments, and then ensure that the timely payments are made by these borrowers. So, and the assurance from these business correspondents for recovery of this loan is a major safety feature for the product. So this product allows an investor to participate towards a social cause while earning good yield of up to 14-15% per annum with pre-designed, safety features of for return of their capital and deployed, funds and yield.
Okay, that's fantastic. The initiative which Antworks P2P Finance has undertaken, to provide credit line to the underbanked community. Right. So with that, I think we have covered all the questions, commonly asked questions by our viewers. And with that, I thank you, Subhayu, for taking out time and answering all the questions. So
Thank you, Deepak. It was a privilege, and we are always there. I think the response from the viewers, whenever whatever queries that they would be having, we are anytime here to answer, here to again connect. It's a great thing to connect with the viewers, to come face to face, and whatever their queries are, answer them.
absolutely. So we will keep raising these questions. I hope that we have covered all the questions which have been raised by our viewers. But still, in the next episode, if there are more queries, we would like to address those queries. And in the next episode, we'll again come back to you with the more information on investment related tools and the things which are relevant in the financial sector and what is affecting the financial sector. So we'll keep taking the topics, different topics and different agenda, and we'll discuss it in detail. With that, I thank you, Subayu, for taking out time, and I thank you all my viewers. Stay tuned. There is a lot more to come on this channel. With that, I take your leave and Happy New Year once again to you all. Take care and goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.